Hi everyone, this is Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft. So today I'm going to be making some little money wallets, and basically my mum was going to buy some and I said don't buy some, I've got loads of Christmas supplies I need to get rid of. Like, I need to get them all to fit into one box for storage, and I've got so many that I need to use some up. So this is a perfect way to get rid of a few papers if you've got a few of these sort of size papers that come. These came in a magazine, so you can use these. These are actually a little bit smaller, probably won't be using these today. But if you've got any 12 by 12 papers, I mean obviously you can make a smaller one out of these, that would be fine. But I probably won't be using them today unless it's for background, so I'm just going to keep them to the side. I've got loads and loads of bits for card making, you know, all these little pictures and things, and loads more paper backgrounds here, which will be good for any backgrounds I want to do. But yeah, I've got absolutely loads of stuff that I need to work my way through. So my mum only needs 4. I'm going to make one with you, I think, today, because I don't want to make the video too long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by choosing one of the 12 by 12 papers. There's quite a lot here my mum would really like. I think to start with I'm going to go with this one. I think mum will like the centre that's on this. I'm just going to show you how I make my money wallets. They're very simple, very easy, very quick. Not much to them at all. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine the size that I want. So I'm just going to pull in 1/2. And this is probably about as wide as I want to go. I'm probably not going to want any wider than this. I'm just going to get my bone folder to make this easier on myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in this one, just very, very slightly, and I'm going to take off some of the excess so it's not too thick. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut just down here, just enough to glue. So I have turned my trolley around where I'm organising it, so I'm all a little bit lost today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it. I would normally just tear it or something, so it'll probably get stuck in the journal, but today it's not. Now for decorating this, I would normally use double-sided tape. Now here's why I don't use it in a junk journal. If you use double-sided tape in a junk journal, after about 1 year to 2 years, the tape seeps through the paper and goes sort of black, almost like a mould. I'm not sure if it is a mould, but it does seep through and go black. On cards and things like that, double-sided tape's fine. I have seemed to have misplaced my double-sided tape. I've looked in the glue box and it's not in there. I've got like glue and adhesive box, and for some reason it's not in there. I am about to do a massive sort out, so I'm sure I'll come across it, but that is a pain. So before I start with anything else, I am going to do some cutting. So I'm going to take you through the steps of cutting. So we'll just turn it over so we can't see that flap, because that flap's just going to distract you. We're going to do a little, take off a corner there, just like that, and then take off a corner here. It doesn't have to be exact really, you'll be okay, like that. And then on the top here, I'm not sure how high I want this. I probably want to cut this down. So I'm going to cut it down a bit. Just I'm going by eye. Everything's going to be fine at the end. It'll all work itself out. So at the top, we want to cut off the corners for how long we want the flap to come down. Okay, so I want the flap to come down from about here and fold down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off a narrow corner. When I say narrow corner, I mean like this. Just a narrow piece that's come off the edge here. And then we're going to do the same. Now to get it exactly the same, you can just come over and use this piece again, like so. There we go. Now turn it over to the back, which is where you've got your little piece. We want to cut off this piece here. So we're going to go from the top of that little triangle that you took. This is where it's easier to not have it glued, because you can open it up. And we're going to cut off this piece. And if you want to angle it a bit, it will stop it being, so let me show you. If you want to angle it up a little bit and into that corner, so that it comes up a little bit, is fine. Because if it comes up a little bit, you'll get rid of some of that bulk. So let me do it on this little piece as well. There we go. So when you fold it up, there won't be any bulk there, and it'll be easier to fold up. So that just goes like that. Okay. There we go. We've got all our folds in place. Now we want to cut off the back of this part. Do we? No, we don't. Of course we don't, because that's going to be the flap down. We want to cut off the front of this part. So we want to cut off this piece. Now ideally this piece, when you cut it off, will be straight. So this is why I'm going to pull in, you see me pull in my ruler. Because this bit wants to be straight, because I'm going to put a thumb hole into it. So I'm just going to go from corner to corner of my ruler like that. I'm going to take my craft knife and just go straight across, taking that bit off. There we go. So now we've got, this is what you call the net. Okay, so we're going to start gluing here. No, we're not. We're going to do a thumb hole. Come on, Tracy, don't mess around now. We want the thumb hole. So I'm just eyeballing halfway. There we go. I've done a deep thumb hole because it's quite thick card. So, what adhesive am I going to use? I think I'm just going to go for Pritt Stick today. I think that's going to be enough, because, you know, you've got to remember this is just a card. Everything is, you know, fine. You know, this is basically like a, you know, because it's a money wallet, it's just a gift card kind of thing, like a birthday card. So you don't need it to be stuck forever, you just need it to be stuck for its purpose. Whereas junk journals, you want longer lasting effects, but for something like this, you just want it to work for its purpose. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull this down, but not all the way to the line, like so, and just give that a squash with my bone folder. If you haven't got a bone folder, don't go out and buy one, there's no need. You could use a bottle. You could put the lid on your Pritt Stick and use a Pritt Stick lid. There you go, it all does the same. Okay, I didn't have a bone folder for ages, and I was just using all sorts of things. I've only got a bone folder because I wanted one and I picked one up. Actually, I've got them in a set, I think. And then my husband bought me a real bone one, which I have misplaced, which is wonderful. So yeah, don't go out and get yourself, you know, fancy things that you feel like you have to. Now the next thing I'm going to do is a tie. There's many ways that you could do a tie. Okay, the first way that you could do a tie is you could do one of those, oh, what are they called? Where you use a circle here and a circle here, and you use a string between the two. I've completely forgotten the name of them. I want to say folio, but it's not, is it? I'm sure you guys know what I mean. You could do that. If you were doing that, you'd want to put this circle on before you glued. I'm not doing that right now. I might do it on the next one, so maybe we'll do another one. This one, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to use some ribbon. And I'm going to glue some ribbon to the back here, using my fabric tack, so that when it comes round it can be tied up on this one. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. I'm going to do that after I have decorated though, because I do just want to pop on a few little pieces, especially something for my mum to be able to write someone's name on. So I'm just going to have a little look at what I've pulled out. Sorry, I'm not sure what I've pulled out because I didn't really organise this. I just pulled everything out and then turned the camera on, so I didn't really pre-plan what I was doing. So I'm just really hunting for something that I think will go nicely with the paper, which, as a coincidence, I seem to have so much that will go, and so now I can't choose. I do like to layer up, just like I do on my journals. So yeah, you'll see that it will still be in my style. Oh, that's too cute, isn't it? Look at that. You can ink these as well. I'm probably not going to... Oh, I don't know. Would my mum like them inked? I mean, she might do, mightn't she? Now I just need a little label. So let me just have a look at my labels and see what I've got in here. Yep, I think we'll get them here. I think that's what I'm going to do, like that. There we go. I think I will ink it. I think my mum would like it inked actually. So I'm going to bring in some red. Let's see if I can find some sort of dogger to use. Got a green dogger. Oh, I have to change the sponge. What a pain. Where are my sponges now? What have I done with those? See, I'm so disorganised. I did not plan to do this, you see, that's the problem. I didn't plan to make a video, and then at last minute I thought, I'll do a video. I'll just quickly pull everything out and then I'll turn the video on. Okay, I've got a red one. So I have a bag just next to me full of little sponges to use for inking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wet out my dauber. It takes a little while sometimes to get enough ink on your dauber. And I'm going to go around them in red to make them a little bit more Christmassy. And I'll tie in that ribbon as well then. I'm not going to go around this one. This one's just fine as it is. I'll go around this one. It gets rid of any white lines you've got left as well. There we go. So I'm just going to use some Pritt Stick. I'm going to have these ones flat, but I have got some raised dots if I wanted to do any raised ones. There we go. Let's put you over here. Put it down a bit there. And then this one. I know for a fact my mum will really like these money wallets. She prefers handmade things. My mum is very pro handmade things because she knows the effort that goes into such things. She used to do, well, she still does do a lot of crafts herself. There we go. So now if I just get the ribbon, I'll show you what that looks like. I need to make sure it's completely halfway so that it ties nicely. And I'm just going to be using my 3-in-1, which is the same as Fabri-Tac, pretty much. I pick up whichever one I can get the cheapest at the time. And I'm just going to run a bead of it down through the centre, roughly. It's okay if it's off a bit, that's fine. And then I'm going to run my finger over it so that I don't get any bleed through. So that both sides of the card still look as pretty as each other. Now this would be good if you'd put the seam in the centre, you could cover up the seam. I didn't, but it will be fine, it will still look nice. As long as you cut it neatly, it still looks really nice, so that's okay. There we go, and then you're just going to bring this over and tie a bow. And I know for a fact my mum is just going to love this one. I might even do this again on the next one, but with lace, because my mum does love a bit of lace as well. There we go. And that is one money wallet ready to go. I think I will do another one with you because I think I've got time. I'm just going to check my time quickly because I don't want to get cut off again. Yeah, I've got a little while. I will do one more with you and we'll see about doing that policy closure. That's what it's called. It's called a policy closure with the circles and the string. Yeah. Let's do a policy closure one. So I'll just put that one aside. Let's see what other ones my mum would like with these papers. She'd like quite a lot of these actually. I think she'd really like this one with the holly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again by eyeball, deciding how wide I want my piece to be. And I'm just going to find my bone folder. I'm making a mess. I always make a mess, don't I? I scatter things, that's the problem. And then I'm just going to pull this one over as far as I want it. Now these are a bit wide for money envelopes. You can do these a bit narrower. But I'm doing these wide because it'll make it easier for little hands to get in and out of. Because these are going to be going to little hands. Well, I say little hands, they're not really that young, but they are walking disasters because 2 of them are my children, I know that for a fact. I'm not sure who the other 2 are for. So where it just teared there, I'll just go over it again. I was just getting the excess off, just get it gone. But yeah, that'll come off. Just keep going over it patiently. My knife is a little blunt, I've got to take off that little top layer. There we go. So again, we're going to go with our cuts. Same cuts as before. So I'm going to decide how high I want this to be. Probably to about there. Just take that off. Oh, that is so wonky. Come on, straight thoughts. Straight thoughts. Boom. Oh, well, that's straighter. That will do. So I'm going to take off the corners just here. Come on, corners off. There we go. And then I'm going to do a long, narrow one. Turn that around. Long, narrow one. Oops, gone a bit wide there. There we go. And we're going to come in here. We're going to want the outside ones cut off at the bottom at a very slight angle, like so. There we are. And then we want this middle one cut off, which we will use our craft knife and the ruler for. There we go. I'm going to do the thumb hole still. So there we go. Now we need to first of all put in our first circle somewhere down the middle here. So this is where I'm going to decorate the outside first. So first thing I want to do is put some background paper on, I think, this time. If I can just find my background paper, so here we go. So I'm just going to look for something that's going to be a bit contrasting. I don't want to use something, for instance, like this, because it's all just too similar and it's a little confusing to the eye. So you want to use something probably a little bit more like this, that is completely contrasting. So I'll pop that one on. Okay. Where's my glue? Here it is. No, not this one. Where's my glue gone? I dropped my glue stick. Am I being mad? Probably. What did I do with my glue stick? Bone folder. I'm going to have to use my other glue stick because I don't know what I've done with my glue stick. What am I doing? I'm being crazy. Have I dropped it? No. Okay. Well, that's missing. That's fine. I've got plenty. I'll find it in a second. I wonder if it rolled off the desk. It's possible. Oh God, I hope it hasn't rolled towards my sofa. I don't need that in my life. A glue stick sofa. Oh well, this is washable, this glue stick, so not a problem. There we go, so I'm just going to pop this on. There we are. So the next thing I want to do is the circle, or do I want to put on anything else? Maybe I do want to stick on something else. Let's have a look at the pictures I've got laying around. I know I'm on the robins, so I may stick on a robin. Maybe a Merry Christmas as well. Would be nice. What else do we want? Oh, we've got a nice bit of holly there and some bows. Use these up. That would be nice. Let's see what else I have in here then. Have another bow. And a special handling maybe. There we go, that was it. Now what I'll do is I'm just going to get a piece of the scrap card that we've used before. This is the one from before. I'm going to use the red side and I'm going to cut out a few circles. I'm going to cut out 4 in total to give it strength. You can get, well, can you get away with 2 today? No, I think I will do 4 just because chances are it's going to get pulled on. Let me just grab this piece out as well. Get a circle from there. There we are. And then I need my brads. Where did I put those? Oh, this is a problem with moving around, you know. I've got a drawer full of them. So I'm going to go for the larger golden ones today. I do have many sizes here. But yeah, I'm going to go for the larger golden ones. What you can do is, if you want to, you can hole punch in the centre of here, or you can use, let's see if I can see now, you can use a pokey tool. So I'm just looking for mine, because I move everything everywhere. I've been organising, but I've gone and moved it all. So you just get a pokey tool, or AWE, in case you want to search for one. They're usually quite cheap all over the place, so you just give it a poke through. Poke this through. I always put my string on second, it works just fine. So I'm going to roughly mark where I want mine. Sorry, you can't see that mark, I can. I'm going to take off all my little bits and pieces, because now I can see that I can put it on first before decorating. And I'm just going to put a hole through, and this just helps ease the brad through. Now when we come to the back here, there's many ways you can cover this. I'm going to use a little piece of paper and some 3-in-1, but you could just use a bit of tape. I just don't have to have any tape to hand at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of this. I'm going to get my 3-in-1 and just go over the edges. Like so. And this will help stop the money getting caught on that brad. There we go. If you make sure you get right to the edges as well. I did put a lot on, so I didn't have to get quite right to the edge, but if you get right to the edge, you can make sure the money don't stick to that card as well. There we go. So now I'm going to glue together my envelope. So I'm trying to use the glue that's on the edges of this glue stick. It's gone everywhere. I do put a lot on. It just helps it to stay together rather than lift off after 5 minutes. So now what we're going to want is, I'm going to want to fold this down. I'm going to want to put one of the policy closures just here. So I need to punch, oh no, I did punch 4, didn't I? Where have those gone now? See, I'm a disaster, literally waiting to happen. Right, here we go. I'm so disorganised on my days. It's probably going to be one of those days, to be honest. Fumbling around in life, that's what I'm doing. Right, so put the brad through this one. I'll find rough centre. That will do. So I have to bring it a little closer to me, I'm blind as a bat. There we go. Pop the brad in. Now this one doesn't matter so much if it's showing. Obviously if you want to cover it, do. It does not bother me, and I will be leaving it just as is. I think my mum will be fine with it. They do a head in if it isn't straight, you know. But other than that, she'll be okay with it. So that's that so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my little clear dots so you can see how to use. You can get white ones, clear ones, whatever. I'm just using these because they're what I grabbed first. There's no special reason why I'm using clear. Sometimes clear are handy, but you know, they're not always necessary. So just need a couple. I'm just going to pop that one just down there. Like so. I'm not inking any of these this time. actually left my sound on this time because I'm actually expecting a phone call and I heard you get cut off. So we haven't actually missed each other at all. So that's a trick I need to know. Leave the sound on. The only problem is my phone, it goes off for so many notifications and things. So this isn't going to be as good as glue. If you wanted it stronger, you could add a little dot of 3 and 1 in each. Honestly, it's a gift card, you know, so it's fine. And I'm making it so late in the day. My poor mum's been waiting so long for these that, you know, it's going to be just fine. So I want this one to be above here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the 3 corners a dot, but on this one I'm going to use a dot of glue so that it will sit perfectly on top. You could do 2 dots on each 3 corners and then 1 dot on this one, and that will raise it. But I don't want it that raised, so I'm going to keep it as 1 dot high. I'll just show you what I mean by that. Let me just see where I'm at. So I want 1 on this one. One here. And 1 here. Oops, get off my finger. Sorry, I've come off screen again. That's because I don't have my glasses on. So I'm trying to pull everything up to my face. There we go. And a little dot of glue here. There we go, that'll be plenty. You only need a tiny bit. And there we are. Get everything out of the way and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So when it comes to these little bows and things, I will just use a little dot of glue. So I'm just going to grab my glue, pop on a little dot. Don't need a lot. There we go, there's one. Sorry, I keep coming off screen. I'm sure I'm coming right off screen. I do apologise. Hopefully I'm not. There's 2. What happened to the other little bits? Here they be. So I think I'm going to have holly on this one. Should go underneath. Yeah, I like it that way. Yeah. Underneath we go. There we go. And a little bow. See, so these are so quick, so simple, so easy. You can literally make them to your own tastes, or to the tastes of the people they're going to. And we need a little thread. And in here, I've got a jar of my binding threads. And I think I'm going to use a little green. So what I do is I start off just by winding it round here twice. There we go. Then I tie myself a double knot. Just a normal double knot is fine. And one more. Like that. And then I cut this off. Oh, I just dropped my oar. Luckily I don't need it anymore. I just cut it off at the edge there and you won't see that end. So then what I do is I bring it up, I wind it around underneath this, and then I come down underneath this one. And I go a few times, and then I stop at the top so it's dangling down. And I'm going to cut it here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dangle on it. So I've got over here a jar of dangles. Sorry, it's got lights inside it too. And I've got these ones that look like little baubles with gold stars. So that's got, don't know if you can see that, it's got gold stars in there. So they're cute, they look lovely for Christmas. They're going to go well with the Brads too. So I'm just going to put one of these on. Oh god, the fiddly. I can't deal with this fiddliness. Let me get it off here. There we go. I'm sorry if you can hear talking. My husband's having a meeting from home today. So, you know, he's upstairs in the bed office doing the meeting. So there we go. And that is number 2. So these are the 2 I've made so far. I'm going to make another 2, but the other 2 are probably going to have more ribbon on. Or maybe I'll do another one of each. But yeah, I think my mum's going to really like that. I think it's everything that she'll want. They're really neat at the back as well, so it's got all round neatness to it. And I hope that has given you a little idea for, of course you don't have to make this at Christmas. So if you don't celebrate Christmas, or you know it's too soon to Christmas, you don't have to make these just at Christmas. These are great ways to make little money wallets for birthdays or for any other celebration, or just a gift, a parting gift or anything. Also a great way to pop things in, so maybe for happy mail, so say you're going to give a bit of happy mail, you could make one of these and then pop in a few stickers and things like that. So yeah, I hope that gives you some ideas of what you can do, and I'll show you how easy it is. It's really, really easy just to throw these together. And I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.